My hair length, I think, officially qualifies me as a hippie, at least according to my dad. In the greatest movie of all time, I'm talking about The Princess Bride, but you already knew that. The following exchange occurs between Fezzik, the gentle giant, played by Andre the Giant, and the Man in Black, aka the Dread Pirate Roberts. Play that clip.
Why are you wearing a mask? Were you burned by acid or something like that?
Oh no, it's just they're terribly comfortable. I think everyone will be wearing them in the future.
And he was right! Who could have known? But yes, we're all wearing masks. And it is the future. Well, sort of, on basically all counts. Except that it is the future. Of that, I am certain. Now, masks have become a staple of everyday life as the country and the world try to deal with the ongoing threat posed by the coronavirus pandemic. Go to the grocery store, or really anywhere in public these days, and you will see people wearing masks. Except not everyone, because, like everything else in our country, the question of whether or not to wear a mask has become deeply political. In fact, guidelines in Ohio and one Oklahoma city to mandate that people wear masks while in stores was met with so much opposition that they were swiftly, and I mean within a day, changed. In Michigan, the family of a security guard at a dollar store say they believe he was shot and killed when he tried to make a customer wear a mask, as mandated by Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Of his short-lived order forcing people to wear masks in stores, Ohio Republican Governor Mike DeWine said this in early May.
Clear to me that that was just a bridge too far, that people were not going to accept the government telling them what to do.
So masks have weirdly become the hottest topic in the ongoing scrum set off by coronavirus between public health and individual liberty. Not wearing a mask in public is seen by some as their own small rebellion, showing the government that they can choose to live their lives however they want to, which I suppose is their right. But there's very little question from a public health perspective that what the maskless are doing is not a good thing. Not at all. Of videos of people protesting the stay-at-home order in Michigan, Dr. Deborah Birx, the White House coordinator for the coronavirus task force, said this.
It's devastatingly worrisome to me personally because if they go home and infect their grandmother or their grandfather who has a comorbid condition and they have a serious or an unfortunate outcome, they will feel guilty for the rest of our lives. So we need to protect each other at the same time we're voicing our discontent.
And the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has been similarly frank about mask wearing. Let me quote directly from their guidance of April 13th. Quote, CDC recommends wearing cloth face coverings in public settings where other social distancing measures are difficult to maintain. For example, grocery stores and pharmacies, especially in areas of significant community-based transmission. And the guidelines went on to include this. CDC also advises the use of simple cloth face coverings to slow the spread of the virus and help people who may have the virus and do not know it from transmitting it to others. Simple, clear, right? Except that the two highest ranking elected officials in the country, President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence, have sent a whole lot of mixed mask signals. Huh? As in, you should follow the rules, but we don't have to. In announcing the CDC recommendations on mask wearing in early April, Trump said this.
I think wearing a face mask as I greet presidents, prime ministers, dictators, kings, queens, I don't know, somehow I don't see it for myself. I just don't.
And at a Fox News town hall at the Lincoln Memorial in early May, Trump was repeatedly asked whether or not he would wear a mask at his next campaign rally. And he repeatedly refused to answer the question. Watch.
Don't know. I mean, everybody wants the rallies. The rallies, we never had an empty seat. From the time I came down the escalator with a person that became our great first lady, who people really love, and they love her at those rallies too. And she loves the people of this country.
Now, the travails of Mike Pence and the mask are even odder. Pence, who in addition to being the vice president is also the head of the White House coronavirus task force, stirred up a huge controversy when he traveled to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota in April and was photographed without a mask on. Now, during Pence's visit, the Mayo Clinic tweeted from its official account that it had quote-unquote informed Pence before he arrived at the facility of its policy that everyone had to wear a mask. That tweet was subsequently deleted. Second Lady Karen Pence jumped to her husband's defense, telling Fox and Friends of the mask controversy this.
It was a great visit to Mayo. They're doing amazing research with the blood from recovering COVID-19 patients. And as our medical experts have told us, wearing a mask prevents you from spreading the disease. And knowing that he doesn't have COVID-19, he didn't wear one. It was actually after he left Mayo Clinic that he found out that they had a policy of asking everyone to wear a mask.
Okay. But the thing is that the CDC says masks should be worn, and I quote, to slow the spread of the virus and help people who may have the virus and do not know it from transmitting it to others. Quote. Now, Pence told reporters that he wasn't wearing a mask because he's often tested for the coronavirus. Okay. It's just sort of a public health good that we can all do to protect the most vulnerable among us. Which, honestly, Pence did eventually acknowledge. Quote, I didn't think it was necessary, but I should have worn the mask at the Mayo Clinic, he said at that Fox Town Hall at the Lincoln Memorial, adding, it really is a statement about the American people, the way people have been willing to step forward, practice social distancing, wear